allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We have an agenda. Motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Minutes approved. Communications.
Nothing. Till Nick gets here.
I have something for Nick too, but I didn't have any meetings, but Jared went to that Pioneer Cemetery meeting last night. And it sounds like they're hung up on this, the trustees working on the cemeteries. They're not supposed to. They were talking about some ordinance. Doesn't pull out my ordinance book here that
Somebody
says,
else wants to work on it. Why?
well, apparently they're like, when they mow, they're hitting the gravestones and breaking chunks off, and then they're setting them in a thing, and then spraying outside of the boundaries. There's claims of that. I don't know the exact details, but supposedly they were talking about like going to Tim McMee about it, and then Jared suggested they come to us first about issues between them. But they said they think there's some ordinance out there. Do you remember where the funding came from? Used to come from the trustees in their cemetery funds, but then now it's through them. And that there was some ordinance passed. I don't know of anything like that.
I don't know about that. Each township levies to their own. Their cemeteries.
And they said something about Iowa Township doesn't have a cemetery. There's only church ones, but there's taxes collected on it.
I don't remember. I can't tell you that one for sure.
So that was the last meeting of the year until spring, and Jared said, well, why don't we come to the board and talk about it or something? And so until I know more, I'll let you guys know, but I just want to let you know about that.
If you're gonna do that, it's gonna be a good idea to have Tim here.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Because he,
Sounds like somebody's wanting to spread her wings a little more than she needs to.
I don't like I said, I bet it's a 28E, not a ordinance.
because he's the one that would assist the townships too, so.
Yeah. So I don't see anything in here. So I bet it's oh wait, no. Number 15 or 17 looks like. Anyways, we can keep moving. If I find something else.
I have nothing.
I talked to Little's Insurance about the insurance claim stuff, and I believe what I told you last week was correct. And so we'll make sure you get the terminology right. We'll get the cash value paid to us, and then we can do what we want with it.
Okay.
So we can take we can put 10 on the asphalt roads if we want to, and the other steel ones, we don't have to replace.
Okay. But they're just gonna give us like a whole county sum.
Right, but we need to keep track of individual
Of what we did.
projects, even billing wise. So if we do that, we can get the difference between the cash value and the replacement value. We need to submit the claims on each bill.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So that building costs, they give us $1,000, it costs us $1,500. We get it done, we put in claims, and then they backfill us the other $500.
We need to get bids on it too.
So you can't just do all the like Iowa one project.
Right.
Each project needs to be separately according to that. Like Dylan has given us.
Okay.
And he was gonna call yesterday and ask us, because we haven't got the money from the salt shit yet. The guy called me, texted me yesterday, emailed me, verifying the address. And I go, because they had turned the claims in the engineer's office for the bills 4 weeks ago, and they still haven't got it money.
Brandy, what was that ICAP thing that Jake called me about?
Still no idea.
Does it say insurance or anything on it?
Well, it's ICAP, so
It has to be
it
insurance.
should be.
What? Yeah,
I reached out to Lois to figure out what
Okay.
it's for, but she hasn't gotten an answer yet.
sounds good.
So that's all I got.
I found the thing. It says Jurisdiction and control shall mean exercising all authority that township trustees have over township cemeteries and shall include all maintenance, repair, establishment of access, keeps going. But it says the board assumes jurisdiction and control of Pioneer cemeteries. The board shall exercise the powers and duties of the township trustees relating to the maintenance and repair, The maintenance and repair expense of Pioneer cemeteries shall be paid from the county general fund.
Which we do.
Yeah. So to me,
The
it's.
ones that are managed by the trustees, there's a per capita taken out.
It says Pioneer cemeteries are,
Are they just worried about who has jurisdiction in which cemeteries?
I think so.
Well, that's-
I think the individual that brought this up thinks that they're in control of more than what they are, maybe. Is that your understanding? Because I think this, you've brought it up before.
Okay. So we get farther in the next meeting, we'll get to the next.
Let's just see if they really want to.
Right, but I mean, we need to.
Yeah, if they want to, we'll get Tim involved, but I don't think we need to create a mess if we don't have one.
Exactly.
Okay, we're on board with not a few things out of the way, liquor licenses.
Make a motion to approve the liquor license.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Ottawa County Recorder's Report of fees collected for 7/1/2024 to 9/30/2024.
That's just a chair note, isn't it?
So moved. Urban Renewal Report FY 23-24 consideration approval.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved. Landfill Commission resignation and appointment. We do have the letter now. Is there a motion to accept the resignation?
I'll make the motion to accept the resignation of Keith Anderson.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. And, so we had a point.
Yes. I'll make the motion to appoint Matt Foltz.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Matt Fultz is appointed. Township clerk appointment, has anybody found anybody?
Mine fell through, so I guess we might as well advertise it. So,
Alan's just so good at securing them, so I just thought you'd handle it. He gets people from all sorts of places wanting to apply, so.
Anybody in Clive?
So I think we'll need to make a advertisement.
yeah. That's what it's-
Maybe our reporter, well, I'll just call up Tammy, take care of it.
Is there more than one copy of this? But any time. Anybody have anything you want for next week? Don't forget, next week, if you can, we have the canvas.
That's at Wednesday at Tuesday at
8:15.
8:15 is what we decided.
I should be able to make it.
I will not be here.
I should be able to make it, so we got three for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I
Sounds
will
like John's, he's not gonna be here.
help him to
I
be.
don't know if John's back here or not.
I don't think so. I thought he said no. And then I got a Board of Health meeting that week too. So,
On Tuesday?
on Thursday, the special one with Galloway.
Okay.
And then you'll get your flu shot starting at noon today.
No, thank you.
Or not.
Yeah.
I remember we took our kids all went, well, that's been a long time ago, and Ethan got a shot, but the next day he got sick.
I did the first time.
He goes, I'll never get a flu shot again. We got it.
They always make me sicker than a dog.
First time I
And
did, I got probably 7 years in a row.
Didn't affect anybody else in the family, but it did him.
Stacy got sick her first time.
I don't really get, like, I've had COVID so many times and different things, and I don't get sick. So,
They They keep breaking the needle off in my arm for some reason.
Oh, you're I got one at home, we'll see if it breaks off.
5-gauge.
Teachers are always lined up, I always take my couch ring and I'd sit there at the door, who's next? So, we're like,
I go down the health department and look out the big one.
well, I've been on this thing in an hour, oh, probably about 3 hours this morning, today, already look at the size of it.
You go get shot.
So.
Should I pause this?
So to open up
You think
the
it really
car
helped?
goods, Are we
Yes.
going to have an auction style or is it just?
I'll try it, give me. Matt, didn't Matt?
How about donuts for next week?
Oh, I've heard me how many times,
Really?
we're going on about as long as my leg's been hurt.
At this rate, it's gonna be a buffet.
Set a reminder, it's Friday morning, 7 a.m. Buy 5 donuts for the board.
One sugar-free.
Alright, well.
But make sure they're less than $2.99 a piece. That's the key.
No apple fritter, I guess.
Seems like you got right out of the deal.
totally fine.
Okay.
You can have mine.
Donuts cheap, it seems like. I guess I'm early, aren't I?
We're glad.
You're gonna be phone yet?
No, well, we do have phones, we can make outgoing calls.
Are you on Verizon? Oh, or you're talking about the new phone system.
Well,
I suppose you wanna keep it that way.
well, no, I mean, they're still coming in on the cell phone and everything, right? Apparently we switched the whole county at once? Is that what?
I don't know.
I have an email from Josh stating how it works, but it's a little hard to follow. I don't know all the acronyms. All right, well, I guess the first thing I have on the agenda is the Amana sidewalks. So we have 6 spots in Amana where the sidewalks are kind of busted. So we sent out some requests for bids from people that have done the sidewalks in Amana before. That one's, we have this one emailed to us from Garth and Ozen, and then Lyman's said that they were too busy or we're gonna pass this time, even though they've done it before. They did a fine job. So there's a price there from the Ozens to do the 6 patches.
Those 4.
4 patches, okay, maybe it's 4.
4 patches, 323 square feet for $3,750.
It's like $11 a square foot or something. It's about the same price that they or the competition.
Does that come out of the math?
Yeah.
323.
Second, bid with that.
What's that?
Second, what they did.
Yes, yeah, the other one was too busy to bid or just said that they're gonna pass this time. So,
Do we need to make a motion on that?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept Van Ozen's bid for the Amana sidewalks.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Alright,
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion approved.
I don't have a deadline for them, I just said, hopefully sometime this winter. It's just a nice thing. If you just want to sign it across the bottom and I'll send it back to them.
By signing?
Sure. Either you or I do it. Thank you.
What did you get rid of the last time, so? Didn't you do the last ones?
Well, I think it was actually Ryman that did it last time, maybe.
I thought you had it out there before.
Yeah, that's why they were both on the list. I haven't gotten any, complaints. Both times that we've done it, seems to have worked fairly well. And we're gonna make this one a little bit, some of these a little bit thicker, because there all seem to be at driveways. Two of them, they're doing larger construction, and one of them is like at Lonenberg or Oct.4. So, where they bring in the heavier trucks. So they're gonna put rebar in these a little bit quicker. Okay, did I also see on the agenda for Parnell? Is that right? Okay. So I don't know.
Representatives of the government.
I'll get out of your way. Pardon the papers.
So we're here with the city of Parnell. And we have a major dust control issue. And this is road F-52, which is gravel, that is owned by county and the city. It's a shared road. And what we're proposing is to have it asphalted.
Seal coat.
What is it?
It's seal coat.
Seal coat.
Chicken seal.
So to keep the dust control down, it's a well-traveled road, especially with people going out to the ball fields and such.
We have 2 houses along this road too.
Brand new homes that are like. We, as the city, have been maintaining Bowling Street, which is also a shared street from the county and the city. We have maintained it.
Right, actually, we did it.
Yeah, we just redid it. So the cost of doing F-52 is around $25,000.
25,220. The amount we spent on Bowling Street was 24,469.35.
When you did it, just redid it?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're asking the county to help us with this, or to do it all, since we have already taken care of Bowling Street.
Ned, do you concur that it is a shared street?
Yes, yep. As far as I can tell.
Which one's Bowling Street?
What's the length of the,
Bowling Street's
what's the length of the
south
street,
side of
Ann?
baseball fields.
And what is the length of the street?
I have,
How long is it? Is it,
you know, just 1 minute.
You have it up
Got the man with the
Yeah.
money.
So is this Parnell?
Bowling-
Yeah.
Bowling-
Go
Bowling runs
left,
by
I'm
baseball
sorry,
field.
that would be,
Pardon me?
Bowling runs by.
Yep.
baseball
That's
field.
the Bowling Street?
yes,
Bowling is like,
Runs
And
by
then this is
baseball
the gravel road.
Yes.
that's correct.
yes, and F-52 is on the other side.
And they're proposing this stretch right here?
So this one is seal coat, and they repaid to have it done in 2022. And this is gravel, and, excuse me. And now there's a couple houses there, I believe. So they want to get that seal coated so that they have a nice, all the way around town.
Good.
The 2 line items say 1,455. There's two lines for 1,455 feet. In this bid.
Sorry.
1,400,
To get a decent road, it's gonna take several years.
1,500 feet?
1,455. So it's-
Just say 1,500, give or take, okay.
That's one that they did.
So
That's
we've
what they proposed.
maintained Bowling Street for 40-plus years, getting it to that point. We're asking the county if they would take on the cost of F-52.
Are these houses in Parnell tax base or county tax base?
On Bowman,
Both.
So in Bolin, I have it right here, the east side, on the east side, they do pay city taxes, on the west side, they don't.
Okay, what about the other one? Do you have that?
It'd be the south side, it'd be city, north side would be county.
Is that the, where do you have the big beacon up? That's probably better yet.
So I pulled up, because I just wanted to confirm too, so I pulled up like these two, and they don't pay a city tax. So I clicked on one in town, they do pay a city tax,
Okay.
but then this one has no Parnell tax. I don't want to get too close, I've had a cold all week.
Oh, I don't care. But did you look at well, I guess I can look it up on Beacon. Here you
I'm
go.
right here.
There's a lot of times now when we have this type of, have this happen, we have, it'd be like sunset, because the city takes the whole street, right? We don't own in the middle of the road in very many places, do we?
Yeah, we do.
Should do it on their property, not show.
Well, I should also look, something that just crossed my mind too. What's your population of Parnell?
I'm sure that pays for us.
What's your population part of, you know?
I don't remember what the last.
I think it was 205, 210 from that.
I'll need to find out. When it's at 52, it should be a problem.
We just feel like if you took on F-52 in good faith, since we did Bolin, and then from there on, we should do a share to maintain it.
Who's gonna do snow?
Share costs.
Who's responsible for snow removal?
Well, right now, the county has been doing it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you still do that down there? Can you still?
Okay, so I'll have to, I'm gonna have to double check this, being a farm to market route, that might change some things.
Negatively?
I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Is that a farm to market road?
Probably it's at 52, probably a farm to market road. And then a farm to market road through a town with population of less than 500 would fall under our jurisdiction. Kind of, I mean, I'll have to, well, yeah, it would. I'll have to look into that. But you're still, so I'll just, yeah, that won't take me too long to just relook up all those rules and stuff. But I would say that he was talking about maintenance, right? That if you do chip seal this, I would propose that Parnell take on the maintenance of it with the snowplow. Okay, because our equipment is gonna be
Harder on it?
very heavy,
Yeah.
which are not.
Be hard on it.
Yeah. So I don't know what you have, who does Bowling Street, whoever does that, probably take that one if you want. And we can make, and so we're just gonna have to get a 28E agreement for Bowling and F-52. We're just gonna have to get one kind of set in line. And I think a lot of that's gonna depend on their, on this population of less than 500 and being from the market road. And I apologize that I did not even think about that before today, because I've known about this for a long time. So that's my bad.
So you're thinking, yeah, there's different specs for FM roads. especially when it comes to seal
A
coat.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, we get a little bit of funding every year for FM roads through cities.
yeah.
And I'm gonna have to look up and see what other counties do then as far as maintenance and everything else. And if there are shared costs, you know, with that.
So only half the roads in the city, right? How that work?
Yeah,
The other half's in the county.
so it would be, you know, do we fund our half, or because it's in the FM road, do we fund the whole thing? And then, because it's in the FM road, we're still gonna need an agreement either way. But, can you guys take care of the maintenance if it is?
Take care of the snow plowing,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's not an issue.
So, I was telling the board a couple of weeks ago that, you know, if we can do this, I'm all for it. You know, you guys know what's best for your city, and towns. But my thoughts, and I expressed this to you on the phone, was you guys didn't, communicate, you guys did Bowen really. So I feel like that cost should be on you guys. And then this one, we would split, and in which case, then if we split it, I would be fully on board with paying our share, because if you guys are a smaller city and you want to improve your city, I think that we would fully be on board. I would fully be on board with
I
helping.
think in good faith, us doing Bowman for so many years. And yes, we did not come to the board and ask for the permission to do it. But I think that doing F-52 and then moving on would be,
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, but you also, you did it and
Yes.
didn't ask.
I know, and
I understand where you're coming from on your side.
Mm-hmm.
And also, that may be a moot point. It might be an FM extension, and we're responsible then to pay for the whole thing. So,
Does the board, okay, so what does the board want to do as of right now? Do we,
Have Nick look into the FM.
but we're in agreement that we want to go forward with it, correct?
Yes.
We can look into it as an option.
So we need to find out his angle, or what his issues with FR market, to make sure we get that done right. Because we hoping to get it done, this fall yet?
we'd like to have it done by this fall, but it's up to the board.
So that's mean we're on a time frame. Can you find stuff out by, what is your time frame of, what is your time frame of when you need to know by?
I think they, Matt will be able to explain that a little bit better than me.
I can spell it for you here.
I figure his name is.
Matt Stoner.
He's the mayor.
So-
we had a quote in July, sorry.
One thing too is if it's something that we're gonna do, I feel like we should get the quotes. I feel like we have more resources, question
No, I
mark.
told them, I just said since they were kind of wanting to be the lead, that they should, you know, find out with Elling to get a quote, that if they were gonna propose it to you guys, they should be ready with the numbers and exactly what they wanted to do, because they were gonna kind of be the lead on it.
Does it make any gray area there that we didn't get bids if it's a project that we're doing?
Okay,
That's what I'm concerned about as well.
this says it is not a farmer market road. So it's not a farmer market, so we would not be responsible for the whole thing. And maybe I did look that up this summer. I apologize for forgetting that. So it's not a farmer market, so we don't have full jurisdiction over it.
So does the board want to continue? Do we want to take in consideration that they are already maintaining half of our road and chipping it? Do we want to pay for the whole thing since of that situation? Or do you want to just do half? I do believe that they have a valid point on already taking care of the road that we're responsible for half of.
Maintenance, that'd be the next question, the maintenance of it. Where would that fall? Would that fall back? to
Not
us?
just the, not just snow
You mean the
removal.
upkeep?
Yeah, the upkeep years down the road.
I would think that would continue to be on us, unless we put it in.
And I say that we do make a 28E agreement, that anything in the future between Bowling and F-52, anything moving forward, we go ahead and split the cost for
Exactly.
that. No, I'm all down for making things fair and everything else. I'm not trying to shortchange you either. As far as, once we get the agreement made, if we both have half in the future, I say we both pay half. Yeah, for sure.
I'm on the fence on the initial buy-in, just, I don't know.
But I mean, I understand it should be half, but then again, they've been doing a road that we should have been
And that road's probably longer than F-52.
Right.
So,
I'd like to know the cost before I make a decision. I'm willing to look going forward.
We got the cost.
You don't have the exact cost?
We do have, Helen spoke, she did
Oh, you did get
mention
the
it,
quote.
sorry, yeah, there were, so the cost for the new section is gonna be 25.2. That's type A work and B, so that's getting, like a double seal essentially.
1,500 feet. Okay.
And that is roughly the same cost that they did pay to
Yeah, I think it was
reseal
24
Poland, yeah,
something.
2 years ago.
Just like you said, this one will fall apart quicker just because there's no base. The more you seal chip it, the thicker it gets and the better, longer it lasts.
What's the traffic count? Does this open up every can of worms for every farmer who puts on dust control,
Traffic count.
including myself?
I think it's just, we have city issues, not, it's in town, half of it. We really have a seal coat, just the south side.
And then you'll have to probably, do you guys embargo Boland in the spring?
Yes, we've already talked about that embargo.
Then that would be on us, right? How do we do that? Do we split embargoes?
Well, I mean, we can put up the signs for that. We have the embargo sign, we have a sign, or you guys can too, if you want to match your stuff, since you already embargo. It does, a small, like, we could put it up, or actually, if you guys want to be in charge of that too, because you're already doing bowling, that would give you a little bit more power over your road control. That's what we're doing, you control. And it would be fairly easy, you just get a temporary post in the ground and do your own resolution. And you're doing bowling. So, I mean, I don't care if we do it, I'm just telling you, if you do it, it gives you more control. That's a minor detail though, I don't really.
Personally, I'm leaning toward that we do it. Since
Do we have funds in the budget?
Nick, can you find money for that?
Sure, we can find money. That'll come out of.
Farm
From
market.
the Williamsburg area, but
Can you use farm market? It's not a farm market road.
it's not from.
That's
Well,
just
it's a safety issue, also with ball fields, kids and dust. And that'd be my number one concern. That'd be the only reason I would be in favor of it.
Is it speed control now?
Speed, I don't know if there is a speed control on that road.
I don't think
I don't think so.
I never go that way.
I think
I spent a
if,
lot of time down there.
I think if Nick can find the money, we ought to be able to produce going forward and do it. They've already paid for half of one road, even though the permission wasn't granted, they took the initiative to go ahead and improve the community, which is admirable. I think we need to go ahead and pursue it.
Subject to 28E agreements, we'll go ahead, right?
Well, let's just pursue it. Yeah, let's not take action yet, but let's go through with it. Like have him look into it and craft the 28E. You know what I mean?
Not exactly. Are you approving to do this or not to do this?
I don't want to prove it till I have 28E in front of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's
So-
get the facts, let's get the map laid out and come back to us.
I guess what probably Kevin is trying to say is, are you in favor for half of the whole thing? If, not that you would have to vote on that today, but
When you craft a 28E, you need to know the
I
map.
would put in there that Iowa County would pay the 25,000 for the initial. After that, all costs would be split. Or in the 2080, I could also write in, each party pays for half of the initial cost and half of all future costs for this and that. How would you like me to award it?
I'd like to see us pay it up front and then half after.
So you're in favor of paying all of it? You're in favor of paying all of it? All of it? I shut down, didn't I? All right. I told you, it's their decision. You come on in and make a pitch. You did good. You did good. So,
And then your contract, it'll state like about the snow removal and the upkeep, right?
yeah, we'll get, yeah. Yeah, and I'll have to do a little bit of study on that.
Can you be ready by next week?
Just so they can move forward and get it
So they
done.
can get in line to get it done, because fall's getting just expensive.
Yeah, it's been dry. Yeah, maybe I want to talk to Billing if fall is the right time. I've never done one from gravel.
I can do this, I can get with Sharon and see what Pelic's timeline would be.
They're still working, I know that.
Yeah, but I think, is it a moisture issue you're worried about?
Yeah, I mean, it's been dry, so that's a good deal. But to do it, right before winter and then maybe have traffic on it and then the spring, if you have bad spring, break it up. But the longer we're staying dry now, I guess we could just have, you got trouble with seal coat at any time of the year. So, yeah, and I can have it for sure ready by next week. That's not an issue. But I would contact Pelling to see, what the ideal time of year to do it.
We have them on speed dial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Is that people going out to work with them?
I think one,
Well, that's it.
yeah, Finnegan.
I can get more than that.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good name.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay, any other questions for us about this?
No, so are we waiting a week before we,
We have to get the 28 piece.
okay,
But I would contact Pella to see what their time frame
If
is.
it still works. And then do you want to put it on the agenda to come back next week? But we'll be here, Nick will be back here at 9:15, so somebody can show up again.
next Friday?
Yeah.
Thank you.
so then we would sign ours and then we'll make a quick copy and then we'll hand it to you guys. And so then at your meeting, you can sign off on it too.
You have to get board approval for you guys to sign it, or you have authority already?
I should have the authority to sign it.
Okay.
You would have to sign it.
I've signed all the other ones, so.
Yeah,
But I think you would want it to be at least on your city council agenda,
Yeah.
so that way you guys can all discuss it. I would think, I don't know, never been a mayor.
thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's just yours, Nick.
Back to the next agenda.
Council.
Since you guys are in a giving mood, you're gonna have a raise.
Well, without donuts.
What about how to bring that up?
You're gonna wait as long as we've had to wait.
Yes, but, there's the city limits, that's county, that's city.
So they must have moved the city limits not that long ago. It used to be when the road changed,
Who's that?
way up here. You know what I mean by the road changes?
Yeah,
I know it used to be up there, and I thought when they expand the city limits, do we get notices? I don't remember ever seeing that.
I think so.
Because I saw that the sign's way out.
Yeah, there's a few, there's one that says city limit, but where the road change, see, that can also be, it can be,
But
that
the,
when you pave,
the
that
sign used to be there.
you used to be there.
Yeah.
Or maybe I moved it because, like, maybe I moved it a few years ago, to put it out. That might have happened, I might have our guys move it to where it should be.
Mom's getting her hand done while she's there,
Okay,
so it's 9-day difference.
not our problem.
Right, and so when they have, so that
Shop.
property that they bought was half in county, half in city. And I kept telling them to just get approval from the city. If the city approves it, I'm fine with it. Because one, I think the driveway is gonna be in the city. Two, if the city's fine with it, then I'm okay with it. So,
No, that's fine. Like I said, it's not, it's a city issue, not our issue. I just was off on what the city limits for.
all right, so I need to make a key. Okay, Wolfman's Bridge is open. They were finishing up some grading yesterday. We'll get that seated here in the next week or two. But,
Everything looks good.
yeah,
And,
I think so. The DOT is gonna come out sometime and do their final look at it, but, yeah.
You're happy?
Yeah, it sits up high, the same elevation as it was, but it's high for,
So did they change the approach at all, or is it still way like it?
well,
I understand it's supposed to go.
did you drive it yesterday?
No, I haven't been out there yet.
So earlier in the week, it looked okay. It was high, but it looked okay, kind of. But then they did some initial grading and they kind of graded out flat from the bridge and came down. So I had them come back yesterday and we did feather it out all the way to the grading limits.
Okay.
And we might have been pushing those limits. So we went as far back as we could. So it does on the east side, or when you're going east from the west side, it still looks like there's a pretty good, but it's no different than it was. We had to keep the low spot
Right.
and we put the bridge back and kept the hydraulics for it, so.
Water goes over that bridge, we got issues.
Yes, very much so, very much. North English, I guess they're gonna start that asphalt paving in late October. I did not get down there this week, but, once we started last week, into some of our patching that we were doing, we kept going. We did more patching once we tore up than we anticipated, so we're gonna pay a little bit more there. But that is out of that. But, and then like I told you guys, we did help North English cut down some of their shoulders. We're kind of finishing up crack sealing for the year. We're doing some ditching out on B77 by the water tower to put dirt. Along that curve, we're gonna stick that culvert through the cattle pipe and give her those guardrail out there, so we're hauling in much dirt for that. We did do some grinding of the bumps with the skid loader, unplugging some trees from the culvert that we'll get reimbursed for from the DNR, and we are still mining. We did get check plans submitted for the St. John's Road. The guys did a bridge survey, and I brought in the data, and now I'm doing design for that. And I did have a safety action plan meeting. I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, there was a grant that the whole essentially state got so that each county can have a safety action plan. That essentially helps us get more grants in the future. So we were going through all the locations that they had identified, and that was a nice meeting, so. I think that worked out well. Our meeting is set for probably February, March of next year, where we bring everyone in from the community. I'll update you guys more about that in the future. Amanda, I think you guys were involved in that email.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's all on you guys, because you're the city council. I mean, if you want, we can go put up, by resolution of city council, no parking for the day, or whatever you want. I wasn't 100% sure what they were asking for. No parking along the road.
I don't
so they
get it
can their
either.
Fire trucks out.
I'm not quite understanding that either.
So it's not, to me, it was like from the fire station down to 220, down the hill.
Yeah.
It's very short. They must get people that
Park down the way?
park on the road and because I know they have a really big fire truck, right?
Yeah.
That they can't get it out then, or what? Is that the deal?
They're afraid that if they needed to get it out, they wouldn't be able to.
Sure. So,
On election days, right?
yeah. So,
Which I've never seen people park down there. But I guess maybe I haven't been there when it's busy. I don't know. Anyways.
So they're just asking us to close the no parking on the side of the road.
Yeah.
On election days.
Yeah.
Which I say, what we do is we just print off and laminate some pieces of paper and staple them to a layout that just says, no parking today per city council. And Amanda just goes out there, taps them in with a hammer, like they do like for parade route days,
Yeah.
just things like that.
That's
So
what it
they just
is.
keep them.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you just have to let them know that whenever they want to do that,
They
just
can
have to
use
talk to you guys.
Yeah.
And they
Because they do have more elections than most people.
Yeah.
Their fake boots and other stuff.
So, but how you guys will work that as a city, I don't know if you need a resolution.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd assume. Put that on next week's agenda.
Is that on me to write that then? You want me to do that?
I agree.
You're the expert. You want to raise. You're going to work for it.
We'll allow you.
No, that's not totally fine.
You said you were willing to make the signs.
Yeah, we got land.
Oh, yeah, you want me to make the signs too?
You bet, yeah.
Yeah. You already offered.
Yeah, we already volunteered.
Chris said you go hunt them in.
Yeah, sure.
All right, yeah, we can. Okay, now, sorry that took so long. Let's get to the fun stuff. Up north of Middle Amana and Main Amana, we have some gravel roads with some speed limit signs. The speed limit signs on the gravel roads, nothing matches anything. So I thought we would just take a minute to discuss my maps here, which are probably kind of hard to read, but I did it quick. And then you guys can have a chance to drive them or whatever you feel. So that way we can probably get this all straightened out in the future. I know I brought this up years ago. It was kind of just one of those things where we're not 100% sure, so we're just going to let it be. But I think, and Kevin, maybe you can correct me, you've been around, that some of this here was because of the factory traffic would cut across gravel, and then they would really go fast. So, but here's a quick little map. So let's just start off on the west side. So page 2, even though it's not very nicely labeled, I just did do some zoom in, right? So like R Avenue, that is coming out of West Amana. When you leave and you hit gravel, there's a 40-mile-an-hour sign, okay? But it never, if you go north then, that's why I got some question marks up there, it never references to go back to 55. Or I wouldn't even say 55, maybe we should just put up a sign that says
And
end speed
speed
zone.
I think it's 50 on gravel anyway, isn't it?
It's
55.
55 during the day,
50 at night.
Or like any road, whatever conditions warrant. What's that?
I had no idea.
Never heard that, and I go, oh, yeah, that's what
I figured it was just 55.
I think it's 50 at night, 50 at
I
night.
get 40 on my road.
So, well, yeah, I mean, you can, you're the board, you know? So,
Perfect.
so that those question marks is, we never really officially end the speed zone. But then up around some of those curves, you do hit 40 coming in, it says 40 out on the gravel. Now, why there's 40 there, I don't really have a clue, because there are no houses around whatsoever.
Is it because the road's so windy?
I wouldn't do that for a windy road.
Okay.
But I mean, if you wanted to make it for the first 200 feet for dust control, or to slow people down as they're coming into town, that's fine, but this goes up like a half a mile, right?
Yeah.
And then we never, and if you want to keep it that way, that's fine, maybe we should I just want to get it on the books officially.
So, we have no resolutions anymore, why they exist, right?
Yeah,
I was just on that road the other day and I didn't even realize it didn't see it.
not that I can find,
Jeez.
so.
busy knocking.
You're above the law, huh?
Same thing there coming out of Hyamana. We hit 35 coming out of town, that'd be T Avenue, that's the second one. 35 coming out, but we never end it. We never have a 35 coming in. So I'm not, again, there's a house near where that 35 starts, on the, so it'd be the north side of Hyamana on the west side of the road. So again, if you wanted to do a couple hundred feet or a couple hundred yards of a slower speed limit, that's fine. I just don't know where it stops, right? There's no stopping.
What's your suggestion? Do we just get rid of these speed limit signs? Are they really?
Well,
Some of the villages, it might be nice for at least
couple hundred yards.
a couple hundred yards to slow them down and help control the dust coming into a village.
Yeah, I would say for a couple hundred yards, it's probably okay.
And just put them that sign in speed zone.
Yeah.
But there's no reason that one on our avenue needs to be a half mile up the road.
Right.
More like I said, we've made a standard of 200 yards, whatever. for each.
Yeah, I totally agree. So then if we kind of keep moving on, I don't see any signs up on this 126th and U Avenue. Now, I don't know, but I did have a phone call from a gentleman who says it used to be 35 mile an hour there. I did pull up the sign database. Back in the day, there was one sign, I think, that said 35 mile an hour, but I'm not 100% sure where. So, and on 126th, there are a lot of houses up and down that section on the west side of the road, and there's a few nicer houses on the east side too. And then they have that new subdivision.
How long is that, do you think, from what you got in red?
So I added on this part for shits and gigs. You can do whatever you want there. But that's gonna be 1 mile, a mile and a half. So once you there's a bunch of houses right here, and then nothing. And there's one house maybe. They tore down that old, he was a basketball player.
Utah.
But then you take that U Avenue up, and again, I think they were maybe trying to deter factory people from going that way. But they do, apparently they drive past right now. But then you go up, and then if you turn into 110th, there's a 45 mile an hour to go all the way back to 151, but there's not a 45 mile an hour coming the other way.
So that's hard to tell. V Avenue that goes from V Avenue over backside in Frolic Acres, that is labeled at 45 both directions the whole way. But I don't have a resolution for it, so that one is labeled. On the east side of 151, I thought maybe, did we change the speed limit there a couple years ago, or did we just put up? I couldn't find the resolution for that.
I thought
We did.
we did.
It's 35 right now. Did we change it from 45 to 35? I couldn't find the resolution. Or maybe maybe we just said, it's 35 and right now, and I'm not going down to 25. Maybe they requested 25.
I can't remember.
He might have requested lower, but I said maybe it doesn't match. But either way, the same thing is I don't have an official ending, okay? If you go over to that blue line on Y, there is one sign that says 25, and there is a resolution that for that whole mile, it's 25 the whole way, but we only have one sign, so I'm gonna have to get my signs better. And then if you go down to Manamana, that goes over to the east, I know it's kind of hard to follow there on the second page, but you got different speeds depending on which side of the road you're on. If you're coming into town, the speed limit's 35. If you're going out, it's 40. Then there's a 55 and 55 coming in. So I just want to get some uniformity there, since we were going to be handling some of these speed limits anyway.
But we discussed that a couple of weeks ago, when going out of town, we have different speeds.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the way you want it.
You can go faster out of town, they gotta go slower.
If that's the way you want it, that's fine. I would suggest for at least this, that we go ahead and match them up, because it's such a small area. I think we should just match them up. It would make it easier for everybody. But,
Thanks.
so anyway,
This is for consideration for stuff we need to think of. I suggested the village is like a couple hundred yards and make sure that all like 35 and 200 yards come in, so they're all uniform.
yeah, and then we would maybe put up like and then we would have to decide, do we want to do that? I didn't even look at Homestead. I was more concerned with the north, but, I can look at, there is, that's South Amana. I don't think, I did drive that and I took pictures, but I did not add it onto here. But if that is something you're interested in, I can go make sure I have all that
If you want to stay uniform.
worked out too, yeah, that's no problem. But I would encourage you guys maybe to
Take a drive.
to drive these, just so you can see what I'm talking about.
So you're saying we should go to Oktoberfest?
Yeah, there you go,
Is that your suggestion?
yeah.
Whoops, I found myself in a manor.
Oh, this is time for a tap.
The keg tapping parade.
Didn't say you heard on the radio that they bring in like 60 to 70,000 people? Is that real?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was like, how is that physically? I knew it was a lot, or I heard a lot.
They come and go. Like, people come like all day long. Like, Saturday, they'll start at like 10 a.m. and then there's a new group for the afternoon and then one day or something. I can't remember. It's crazy. I mean, it's packed. Then there's the night crowd, and then, yeah.
That one year I had to go out there like on a Friday afternoon to go check something. I was in work truck. Why are people so drunk? I'm like, what? Like, dude, this is impressive. They were all dressed up and having a good old time. So,
Don't you get dressed up for it?
Yeah, I always do.
yeah, they were all.
We'll see if you have leader hooks on your account. It's painful.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
I would suggest, that at least on you with some of the houses, and that's where I've been getting some complaints, is that, we can make that a 45. 110th,
make it a 45, I don't know. I don't really see anything on any tickets there.
It's more of a deterrent.
Yeah, it's just the same, yeah.
Yeah, so we would wanna make it even. I would imagine if you take those signs down and say no speed limit, that you're gonna upset the people that live on the road.
Right.
Right.
Very much. But if you do wanna make it 45, let's write the resolution and I'm gonna get up some good signs for you guys. So, anyway, those are just some things to drive around and look at. And I'll put it at the bottom of the agenda from now on so that you guys can.
Okay.
So.
Any other questions for Nick?
Thank you for the intersection at Millersburg, that was fixed nicely instead of the speed bump.
The grind or what?
They put a new section in.
Oh,
That matched, it was good, it was good. J Avenue Bridge, that crosses the English on the north side, it's got a horrendous lip. It's about ready to tear up in front of my pickup. Yeah, right, just south of F-52.
I would imagine,
Just a little bit of rock, I think, would fix it.
Get a tougher truck.
My wife even complains about it. So
So
there.
that's why you're.
That's right.
they,
This has got a ton of traffic right now with Monsanto hauling, or Bear hauling in.
Did you ever,
he should be out today also because he should be right there. 'Cause he's also doing the 310, cleaning up from the utilities. I heard that was pretty bad. We had to wait, did you guys get a lot of rain down there, or was it one of the years?
Spit on it, that's about it.
We were waiting, some of this is kind of gotta wait a little bit.
Oh, I know, but yeah, I don't know if you can rate, I don't know if the feed can be rated enough to get it bad.
did you ever get a hold of Amana Farms about that issue?
No, because I went out there, I couldn't find any trace of anything.
Yeah, they got done that day that I texted you.
Was it just water?
Yeah, but they're using the stink tanks to do it again. I watched them do it. They were filling up out of, the farm on the left-hand side between East and Main. Sorry, West and Main.
Okay.
Right in that little lot there, you know? They were filling it up there and then they were bringing it up and putting it on, but with their stink tanks, that was the problem. So then I had all these people complaining, and supposedly there was some on the highway and someone's grain truck was sliding around, but
Well,
I think they're done hauling out of that location now, though.
yeah, I would assume that what they were trying to do was be nice. Maybe somebody complained, like, okay, we'll put water down because we're gonna haul this thing.
Nobody lives there though on that stretch, but
Or maybe somebody complains that they meet too many trucks and it's too dusty. All right, we'll just put down water first.
yeah.
And then.
But they did that last year and I remember we put the kibosh to it, but didn't you say that your wife drove through it last year or something? Your ex-wife did? And got her tires all full
Yeah,
of snow?
you're right, over there on East. They
Mhm.
did do something that. Yeah.
So I don't know if they'll do it to their other tanks now that they're done the South Amanas, but just keep an eye out, I suppose.
Yeah, that was nasty, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I get that. I was trying to think, because I thought they put down water too by,
Which is fine if they used a clean tank. Use a clean tank.
Homestead.
But when you use one that's been hauling that crap in it, yeah.
Did they grade it back in?
John. Yes,
Did
John.
they grade it then? Because I couldn't find any remnants of anything.
Yep.
I think they just like,
It just dissipated.
yeah, because there were so many trucks, yeah. I mean, we were farming, it was just constant.
Yeah. So, I'll try to tell them that if they're gonna do that, they just need to at least use a clean tank or.
Yep.
Like anything else, they should do that. Tell me what they're doing.
Yeah. Or just buy some dust control and put it on twice a year, and every year it'll get better and better. That's what the rest of us would have to do.
Anything else, Nick?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll get to working on that stuff.
Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend.
Dylan?
What do you guys want to do first? You want to take this?
How do you want to do it?
Wait, I'm confused. Why are we painting the jail?
All right.
The jail?
Oh, we did talk about that. No,
Yes.
I saw it on the Zoom. I don't think I was here that day, but I did see it back on the Zoom.
Oh, because we talked about it and everything.
Yeah, we asked, it's time to get it repainted. We looked at it. But
I don't think I was here for that
can call him,
meeting. I
yeah.
think I just saw it on the
What's he
Zoom.
what's he wanting us to do?
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know how we can make it right.
Is that John Gary?
No, John, Ian.
Tell him he's golfing.
Yeah, tell him to stay in vacation land.
Stay in your lane, John.
Okay, so we have four painting bids.
Here we go, drum roll.
Were they all?
Personal.
Thank you. $32,840.
That's who?
Personified.
Yeah, give me his numbers.
What if one said wrong, you know? Davis,
Yeah.
$13,975.90.
Mhm.
And Neville? So that
Nope, I'll handle it. Give me his number. Yep. All right. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
$28,400.
First one was
32,840, then 13,975,
yeah 13.
then 28,400.
It's an astronomical difference.
TR?
Yeah.
$15,926.50.
Back in the ballgame.
So it's basically,
PR.
no, TNR.
TR.
And all of these companies were told the same specs.
Mhm.
Who's TR?
That, Cody Roberts and Corey Tim out of Victor.
And Davis is,
Yeah,
Davis, his brother he was like 2 years older than me in high school.
Local guys in.
Yeah. But they're out of Iowa City now, but they're from Davis painting is.
what do you think the difference?
Well, the Personified and the Neville are big construction companies, so they have a lot of overhead, a lot of employees to pay. Where TNR and Davis is just a two-man crew. So they have basically zero overhead.
Same paint, like same brand, same everything
Yeah.
between all of these.
Then Rabbit paint. Sherman, Williams.
This is next spring.
Don't know. You better have days like this, I imagine. You could probably spend and do that.
one's Iowa City, one's Victor. One's Iowa County resident, one isn't.
But they were Iowa County residents, right? Weren't they
Yeah,
previous? They were from Iowa County?
yeah, Davis, they're from.
So I believe we need to have a just cause, not to take a little bit.
I
You
mean, we
said
already
it would
have
be.
some
Kevin, did you
differences.
say it would be a just cause?
No, you
We need one.
You need
Just cause not to take a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, and being a county resident versus a non-county,
The example you could use is when you talked about the carpet.
yeah.
What did you tell them to spec exactly for the paint?
Sherwin-Williams exterior paint, and they had it's like, oh, I forget the type of paint.
Bondplex
Yeah, that's something.
and then super paint?
Yep, super paint. Yeah.
Because I just want to make sure, I see super paint on this one. And there's that's a upcharge. See, this one talks about a Loxon HP or Latitude, the one from TR.
I make a motion to take a look at. Well, wait a minute, looks like Chris will come over too.
I got one more for you.
I didn't see any glaring differences.
I don't know that they're the same paint, but that's Kevin's. Just send it
Oh,
back with
Kevin's?
him, yeah. Your road map, I think, or is it Allen's? Must be Allen's.
Sorry.
How's everything else going?
Good. Good.
Get to mow the yard yet, mulch?
I mowed it last week.
I'll second Alan's motion.
That's up to who again?
It would be Davis.
Davis painting,
All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed, say nay.
nay, or sorry, I. Yeah, I'm an I. I'm all over the board today.
Motion passed. Now, do you need these?
You want me to email them to you? You want me to scan them and email them to you, Randy, or
That or I can scan them to email to you, you tell me.
it don't matter?
I'll just send it to you.
Okay.
All right, so now we can talk about the courthouse doors. I was having trouble with some of the programming, with them unlocking and locking when they weren't supposed to. So I got hold of, I called Mark Miller to see who I could get to help me work on these. He suggested Doors Inc. out of Davenport. He kind of walked me through it, on what to do, and then he's also gonna come here this Friday and just make sure I have the program set up right. And then, while I was on the phone with Mark, he said that the sign for the front door is ordered, but
I haven't seen John and I haven't seen a spec on it though. We should see.
like a rough drawing.
A rough drawing, preliminary, what it looks like. I've been poking at him, I talked to him again last week about it.
And he didn't send you anything? I haven't got anything in.
He said it was on his desk and he forgot about it.
He said they're aluminum letters now?
Okay, raised aluminum letters.
Yeah, that's what he told me yesterday,
That's what you wanted, right?
Right,
so,
usually you get it approved
yeah,
before you.
like a submittal almost.
Yeah. I'll reach out to him, see if he can get us one.
Okay. And then I called Brian from Tricon, and he was wondering because when they left here, they still have plaster repair to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think they've done any more. And he was saying they don't have enough, basically help to come here and do the rest of the plaster repair right now. But I mean, they still owe us the plaster repair,
Yes,
so.
Yeah,
that needs to be documented, and I'll send something off to Mark on that.
Yeah.
I'll CC you on it, and John.
And then the carpet starts here in 2 weeks. On Thursday, they're gonna do the stairs. Sounds like they're gonna have 2 crews here, one doing the stairs, one doing the passport office. And then Saturday, the 19th, they're gonna come in and do Sheriff Phillips' office.
Thank goodness.
And this week, I got all the snow equipment ready for the winter. And then just been reseeding the courthouse yard every 2 weeks.
It looks nice.
Actually, yeah, it does.
It's really coming in.
It did turn for the better, so. You guys have anything for me?
Any other questions for John? Anybody?
Sold.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thanks, Woody.
yep, you guys have a good weekend.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
You're a little late.
Well, you guys have been here. See you guys.
Yeah.
Hi, Becky.
Hello. I assume you all got the correct version of what I was supposed to do. Sorry about missing. I just did not have it together.
Soft.
Really nothing new. We're still keeping our fingers crossed on new vehicles, but as of now, I still haven't heard anything. I do have the basic setup for the van, ready to go as soon as Brock tells me that the money's there. I'm gonna get a hold of Evan at Hoagland Bus and get the van, get them ordered, so. But I'll shoot you guys an email too when that information comes.
We've been on the list for like 2 years now, haven't we? We've been lined up.
We've been on the list since, yeah,
You've been on the list since I got on the board.
yeah.
Yeah.
Since I became the director, it's been those same 3 vans on the list.
So it's your fault.
Probably. Other than that, everything's going well.
You still driving me crazy?
There's a lot of kids. 99
Yeah, that's crazy.
99 students. We're down a little bit from last year. Last year, our busy days were Tuesday and Thursday over there in Williamsburg. And this year, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday is busy, and Tuesday, Thursday is slower.
Like they aged up.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's a variance on kids coming in or parents just having different transportation for the kids. I'm not sure, but last year we were like at 122, and this year we're down to 99, but we've still got room for kids to add in if parents change their mind as the year goes on. That's all I got.
Any questions for Becky?
No, that was short and sweet.
Yeah,
Keep it pretty painless.
keep
Things
it
are
up.
going well. That's really nice.
I always get nervous every time I drive over Brittany Jones as I see one of her vans sitting there, something sitting there, bars like, oh, great.
They do all our stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so with having 10 vehicles, you're always gonna have,
There was about one there then.
always gonna be something in the shop.
Excuse me, Chairman, I have to take this call.
So,
I mean, they're pretty good at getting it done.
oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they are very good with us. They do really well for us. So,
Right,
okay.
anything else?
Nope.
Thank you.
Going to recess?
I was just gonna say, 10 minutes, want to discuss it now, because we have a recess until like 11 o'clock.
Because we have the bids to open that we have to wait for.
We have time for that time,
We're just opening them. And then
and then they get an auction
yeah, so the auction part will come later.
or raise their bids. No, it comes today.
Wait, it does?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, yeah, it is. Duh. So do I have permission to put this on mute? Go into recess?
Oh, we're on recess.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, it's unmuted.
Okay, 11 o'clock, call the meeting back to order. Oct County farm bid opening. We received only 2 bids. First one is from the, let's see, Kathy Jones, bid is $350 per acre. The second one is from Amanda Farms, the Pleasant Rancher. And their bid is $255 per acre. Okay, so at the present time, Jones Farms had the top bid of $350 per acre. Does Amanda Farms want to raise their bid? $360. You keep track, right? Okay. Jones's?
I'll go 365.
$375. Just we said, we'll make sure it keeps up. Jones's?
378.
$385.
You guys can have it 385, that was my top at 382, so.
Okay, Amanda Farms is re-renting the farm for $385 per acre, correct? Yes. Would you write it?
What was the previous rent?
465. If I remember right, 465.
Oh, right.
Prices are finally coming, hopefully down. Hopefully landlords catch up to input prices.
We'll get a contract to you then, to sign and send back, okay? Any other questions or concerns for us? Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
At this time, does the board have anything else they want to discuss? If not, I'll seek a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor, say
Got
aye.
it.
Cut me out.
All in favor,
You can make
say
one
aye.
other motion.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. We are adjourned until Tuesday.
Tuesday,
Oh,
8:15.
you have a motion.
Oh, he did have one now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I slipped one in
You
there.
got a couple.
Oh, that better for you?
Agenda.
Yeah, that's better. Yep. That,
Oh, this is yours.
You approved the jail painting.
yeah.
Completely thrown out.
Well,